So 3 years ago, I lost my dad. It was sudden. At that time, I didn't understand and I didn't want to be sad. I wanted to keep going. There's no time limit for grief. You can not be upset the first year that this person has passed away, and you can be upset the third year. Utilize your friends' support. Even to this day, sometimes I still struggle. I think it's important to find things that you love just so that you keep your sanity. I really don't know when somebody's last day is. Yes, I'm giving you guys some advice, but what works for me may not work for you, and your way is the best way for you. Hey guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. Hey, welcome back to my YouTube channel. Hey, welcome back to my YouTube channel. Hey, welcome back or welcome if you're new. If you're new, please don't forget to hit that subscribe button, and even if you're not new, make sure you like this video, and everybody else, like this video. Okay, so in today's video, I'm going to be talking to you guys about grief and how to deal with losing a parent, because 3 years ago I lost my dad, and that experience was not a great experience. I wouldn't wish it on my worst enemy, and I feel like that experience really did change me and my view and perspective on life, friendships, relationships, romantic and platonic. Before we get into this video, for anybody who has lost a parent, I just want you to know that it's going to get better. And number two, there's no right or wrong way to deal with the loss of anyone, to be honest, not just a parent. But the most important thing that you need to do is feel your emotions. And the advice that I'm going to give you may not work, and you may find that other things that you're doing for yourself is really helping you, and continue to do that. This is just for anybody who feels stuck and they just feel like they don't see the end. They don't see things getting better, and I want to let you guys know things that helped me get through such a difficult period. So 3 years ago, I lost my dad. It was sudden. He fell unwell, but we didn't know that the feeling of being unwell would lead to death. God said, you've got to come with me now. I woke up one day and I received a call from the doctors basically saying, I need to make a decision. He needs to undergo surgery or I have to let him go. It's like, I can't make that decision for my whole family. So I had to call my family members to make a decision. In the process of me consulting with my whole family, I get another call basically saying that, God has taken him. Guys, I cannot even describe to you that feeling that I felt. And I'm telling you right now, I did not see no end. I thought, that's it for me. I'm a gunner too. I gotta go as well. And I couldn't believe that it was gonna be my duty to now go and send this message now across to my family. Listen, being the oldest is crazy. You guys need to put some more respect on elder siblings, alright? If you don't appreciate your older sibling, you better go and tell them right now that you love and you appreciate everything that they do. So at this point, I've told all my family now, and we don't know what to do. We don't know how we're gonna start moving forward. I even broke my ankle. I was at uni, so I couldn't even drive back home. I had to wait a bit. So I was alone at uni. So yeah, I've gone home now, and the reality has really kicked in, and I'm sad. I've never been that upset in all my life. The emotions that death can bring out of you is crazy. I didn't even think I had those sorts of feelings inside me. I didn't even know I had those type of tears in me, those type of cries in me. I didn't think it was possible. And do you know what? That's fine. And it's actually normal. But let me tell you guys, at that time, I didn't understand. And I didn't want to be sad. I wanted to keep going. So literally, maybe one week after his passing, or maybe 2 weeks, I started posting content again. I said, nah, I need to do something. I need something to distract me. I need to keep going. But guys, let me tell you, this is going to be the first advice that I would give. Do not rush the grieving process. This is one thing that I did and I messed up, because I was pushing it, distracting myself, going out, making content, posting here, being there, partying there. I was outside. I just didn't want to think about that. And then one day it just hit me. It just smashed me on the head and it knocked me down, and I couldn't get up for time. A couple days I was done. I said, I can't. I was so sad. And it hit me at the most random point. So that's my first advice. Take your time. There's no time limit for grief. You could be fine one day and you can be upset the next day. You can not be upset the first year that this person has passed away, and you can be upset the third year. There's literally no right or wrong to when you should be upset. Whenever you feel like you need to cry, it could be something as small as a song. My dad's favorite song was Kiss from a Rose. Every time I hear that song, I cry. So it can literally be anything. But the important thing is that I cry. You have to let those emotions go, otherwise it's going to build up, and then later on it's going to hit you like a ton of bricks. heartbreaks, and we don't want that. Another thing that I've learned, and this is going to sound so crazy, but this is something that I've just had to come to terms with. That feeling is never going to leave you. I know it sounds crazy. It gets easier with time, so you can handle it better. Like, some days are really good, you don't even think about it, but the feeling doesn't go completely. Like, for example, a heartbreak. I'm sure, like, for most people who've had heartbreak, after some time it will actually completely go, and you will forget about that heartbreak. You'll never even think about that. But I feel like with death, you don't forget about that person being gone. Maybe it's just me, but that's just something that I learned. Now, during this whole period when my dad passed away, I just want to thank all my friends and my family. The support was so crazy. It was so beautiful, and I really do appreciate everyone that I have in my life. And that goes into my next piece of advice. It would be to utilize your friends' support. One thing that I feel like people don't realize is that when somebody dies, especially when a key breadwinner in the family dies, a lot of things change. Other people now have to step up. Life can become expensive. I didn't know how expensive a funeral was. I didn't know how important it was to have life insurance until I lost my dad. But to be able to have the support from friends and family, that is something that really kept me going. I know it can be very easy to push them away, because sometimes I felt like that. Even to this day, sometimes I still struggle to reach out to a friend and be like, oh, I'm not feeling good today, you know, I miss my dad. It's hard, you know, you don't want to feel like a burden to people. You don't want to feel like, oh, you know, so long ago, why are you still on this? Do you know what I mean? So I understand why it could be difficult to rely on the support of your friends and family, but guys, it is so important. Try your hardest. Keep them around. They will keep you going. It actually makes things a little bit easier as well. The next piece of advice that I would give would be to distract yourself small. Not to the extent that I was doing, where later on it hit me on the head and it knocked me down. Just small. So for example, when my aunties came, they stayed over for a bit and they were cooking and stuff. Things like dancing with them distracted me for a bit. It kept me going. It allowed me to remember the good things about my dad, and it felt like life could be normal. I think it's important to find things that you love, find things that will bring you happiness, and do them bit by bit, just so that you keep your sanity, and just so that you have something to look forward to, so that you don't think like this is the end. That's something that I definitely felt until I started doing these small things that brought me happiness, and eventually got me back into doing everything that I love. Some more advice that I would give would be to do things your way. Grieve how you want to grieve. If you can't move on a particular day, don't move. Be patient with yourself. The grieving process does take time, and the healing journey is a process. Self-care is so important. So please do whatever you need to do to put you in that good space. The next piece of advice that I would give is to not doubt God. That's something that I definitely did. I hold my hands up. I'm sorry, guys. I asked for forgiveness already, but I'm sorry again. Please forgive me. These scriptures really helped me get through that pain. It really allowed me to remember why these things happen in life. And another thing that helped me, I think it was actually my auntie who told me this, and it kind of eased me a little bit. Obviously, you know, I gave you the background at the beginning of the video, and I said how I had to call my family to make a decision on what we wanted to do. And obviously the decision was already made because he ended up passing. My auntie would tell me that that was God's way of telling us that nobody should make that decision. He's going to make the decision for us, and he decided that it was time for my dad to go. So every time I think of that, it makes me feel at ease. Because sometimes I do think about that, and I do think, oh, what if this, what if that? But then I have to remind myself of what my auntie said to me. When I'm feeling down, I look at those scriptures and I just remind myself, it's alright, it's all part of God's plan. It may not have made sense to me at the time, but now that I'm older and I'm at this point in my life, I kind of get it. Small. I'm not going to say I completely get it, but I kind of get it. But I do think it's really important to not doubt God, even though it may feel like that's the only thing that you can do. But please don't. Try your hardest not to. Now, this is something that I learned. I don't know if it's a bad thing, but I'm gonna let you guys know anyway. You guys can decide in the comments. You think it's a good thing or a bad thing? Let me know. I think it's really important to not waste your time. I'm saying this because I feel like ever since losing my dad, I do not waste time on people. If I feel like this is not working anymore, friendships, relationships, whatever, I would drop you like a hot potato. I don't even give it a chance to be like, oh, by the way, I didn't like that you did this. It's just, I'm out. See ya. But with me doing that, it has allowed me to be more at peace, and I'm able to realize, oh no, wait, I don't like that. That doesn't sit well with me. I gotta go. And it doesn't hurt me to go. And I also think it's important to tell people every day that you love them and appreciate them. I know it's cliche and everybody says, you know, tell who you love that you love them and you appreciate them and that you care for them every day. But no, guys, seriously, Tell people that you love them and you appreciate them and you care every single day. Honestly, really don't know when somebody's last day is. Death is like a thief in the night. It just comes and it just grabs you at any time, any age, any place. That's why I always feel like aging is actually a blessing. Like, it's not a bad thing to age. It's not a bad thing to start getting wrinkles and all these things. It's a blessing to grow to such an old age. And my final piece of advice would be to channel all the energy into positive energy. And every time you achieve something, try and do it in honor to the parent that you've lost. So like, I remember when I had my 22nd birthday. That was my first birthday without my dad. It was really special to me and I cried. I'm not gonna lie, I cried. I made it to 22 because of my dad. I'm not gonna lie, because I know my dad would want me to see 22. Like, he wouldn't have wanted me to mess up my life, passed away. He would want me to be strong. He would want me to keep going. Do you know what I mean? Whenever I achieve something, I always think, oh, like, my dad would be so proud of me right now, and it kind of makes me feel good about where I am in life and how it's okay that he's not here anymore, because I know that he would be proud of me, of the fact that I'm still going and I'm achieving great things. Yeah, that's all the advice that I would give, all the things that I've learned as somebody who's lost their dad. It's gonna get easier. Like, I promise you, it's gonna get easier. And the healing process is so unique. There's not one right way. Like I was saying in the beginning of the video, yes, I'm giving you guys some advice, but what works for me may not work for you, and that's okay. That doesn't mean that there's anything wrong with you. It just means that you need to do it your way, and your way is the best way for you. Just as long as you're being patient with yourself, you are taking care of yourself, and you're finding solace in the support that you have around you, you will be okay. And I want you guys to know, and that parent that has left you, whether it's both parents or one parent, they are so proud of you. The fact that you can even wake up every day to keep going, that's something in itself to be proud of. You are doing so well, and I pray that you continue to find comfort, you find peace and strength on this journey dealing with the loss of your parents. You're not alone, and if anybody ever wants to DM me to talk anything, you guys can always do that. I will always reply. Yeah, I love y'all. This was a very difficult video to record, I'm not gonna lie, but I'm glad I did it. I've been putting it off for a very long time. I really do hope that this video has helped somebody, and you know that you are loved and you are not alone. Please don't forget to like, don't forget to comment, and don't forget to subscribe, and I'm gonna catch you in my next video. Mwah!